Okay, so we reached to a very important uh, moment when it comes to programming. And here I want to show you how to practice tracing the movement of values in and out of the boxes or variables. Okay, so typically you will see a problem like this where you have some boxes which of course represents variables in memory, and you're given some code. Okay, so in this case we're told that I have created three variables. The first one is 5, b is 10, and c equals b. Okay, and then of course a is a plus 1, and b is b minus 1, and c is c plus a. So what this question is simply asking is, after all those lines of code has finished executing, what will end up being the value in A, the value in B, and the value in C? And so for us to get this answer, and by the way, we do not use the computer to get the answer, we do it with pen and paper. So I will do this one using pen and paper. However, I will use a virtual pen and a virtual paper. So this is how I want you to approach these types of problems. So you would simply take it line by line. Okay, so the first line says int a is assigned to 5. Now you must read this from the right hand side. So when you look here, okay, you're actually saying that 5, the value 5 goes into A. Okay, so what I normally do, I draw my box. Let me see if I can make it a bit stronger. Okay, good. So I have my A, and then I will put in there 5. Okay, and then B is equals to 10. Well, I know for sure I'm going to have a B box. Okay, again, pen and paper. Okay, all right, and then finally it says I have a C box. How do I know I have to create a new box? Well, because I see a type. So when I see int a, it means I have to create a box named a of type int. When I see int b, I need to create a box named b of type int. And finally, when I see int c, I need to create a box called c. Okay. Now what goes into this box? Well, it says b goes into this box. Now I know that currently b is 10. So that means this is also 10. Okay. Now I move on to the next line where it says a is a plus 1. So again, what we need to do is to always work on the right hand side first. So we want to always do these things here on the right hand side first. So in programming, we always want to get a value. In other words, a final answer on the right hand side of the equal sign. Okay, so that seems easy enough. I know a is 5, right? So the a is 5, and so 5 plus 1 is 6. Now where does that 6 go? Well, you notice it's put back into a. So this 5 is thrown away and it is replaced with 6. Okay, so in programming, in many cases, we're simply replacing the values in a box with some newer value, some updated value. Great. The next line, b will be b minus 1. So again, I repeat the same process. What is the current value of b? It's 10. Okay, so what is 10 minus 1? That is 9. Okay, so b will be replaced. All right, the old b will be replaced with a new value, of 9. And then I go on to the next line, the final line. C is equals to C plus A. So now I have to find out what is C. Okay, C is 10. Okay, so 10 plus, what is A? Well, A is 6. Okay, so I know that that is 16. So where does that 16 go? Well, it goes back into C. So this 10 will be overwritten with the new value of 16. Okay, so after all those lines of code are executed by the computer, we expect that the A box will have 6, the B box will have 9, and the C box will have 16. Again, when I say box, I mean variable. Let's verify that's the case. Okay, so I get 6, 9, 16. Okay, let's try another. Okay, let's try another. So this is the way I want you to work on these problems, whereby you're given boxes, or you're given this. By the way, in some instances, I won't even give you the box. I'll just tell you, these are the code. What is the final answer? And so you will have to draw the boxes. Okay? So let's keep that in mind. Okay. So again, whenever you're creating a new variable, right? And how do we know we're creating a new variable? Well, because we have the first thing being the type. So notice on the first line, it's telling me int, which means I am creating a new variable, right? If you have a variable, like on this line, here, all I have is I, right? So that means that the variable I was already created previously, right? So if you see a type in front of the variable name, you're just creating it. But if you see only the variable name, it means it was already created. Okay. All right. So I will need to create a box, a variable called I. Okay. And what goes in there? 2. So initially it has 2. Let's create another box called J. Okay, and initially that has 3. Okay, and finally we create a, actually no, we have 2 more to go, because I have 4 ints. So the next one is a K, which contains a 4. And the last one, which is X, it contains I plus J plus K. So what is I? 2. What is J? 3. What is K? 4. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it contains 9. Okay. So 9, of course, I plus J plus K goes into X. Good. And then we move on to the next line. So I want to replace I with X minus I minus J. Okay, so let's target I. So I will be X, which is 9, minus I, okay, 2. All right. Again, we're working on this line here. All right, this line. All right. So we have 9, which is our X, minus I, which is our 2, minus J, which is 3. So what is 9 minus 2? 7. What is 7 minus 3? That's 4. Where does that 4 go? Well, it overwrites the old I. 4. Good. Now, J. J will now become X, what is X? 9. What is J? J is 3, so 9 minus 3. And what is minus K? What is K? 4. So 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 minus 4 is 2. So J is 2. So we're going to overwrite the old J of 3 with its new value of 2. And finally, K will be X. What is X? 9 minus I. What is I? 4. Minus K. What is K? 4. Okay. So what is 9 minus 4? That's 5. And what is 5 minus 4? That is 1. So this K, this 4, which is K, will become 1. So I expect my answer will be 4 for I, J for 2, 2 for J, and 1 for K. Let's see if that is what we get. Okay, so we get 4 for I, J for 2, and K for 1. Right? Of course, we didn't ask for right. Yeah, we didn't. Okay, so we didn't really ask for X, right? So all I wanted was for you to tell me I, J, K. All right. So I didn't put a question mark in here. Okay, so that's the procedure for working on this type of problem. Now, why am I going through this? Why am I showing you how to work with boxes and so on? Well, because ultimately, all you're doing when you write a computer program is to create variables and to update those variables based on some kind of calculation or computation. That's all you're doing, right? Doing calculations, getting an answer, and putting that answer into a variable or into a box. And so you must be comfortable looking at problems, looking at code, and actually working out the answer without the computer. Okay, you'll see lots of these in different variations. Your job is to be able to confidently pull out a sheet of paper, look at some code, and know how many boxes to draw and how to update the values inside those boxes. I hope that made sense. I will see you in the next lesson.